1, 2, 3, Pataki! This is so awesome. I finally gotten hold of him. Please. It is the man himself. Who's other?
Not man. Man himself is Danish State. I'm just duplicate.
Yeah. He's the duplicate Danish State, but apart from that, he does other talented things also. Okay, so you people know. But telling he's duplicate discount Danish State and all. Okay, other 1,000 different things he does. Not just imitating Danish State's voice. Okay, now.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So some of them might not know who he is. Because there are other viewers also who might see this and who people who do not follow the independent music scene. But on a serious note, எதுக்கு பண்றோம் நம்ம எதுக்கு இப்படி உட்காந்து பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம் யாருக்கும் தெரியாது எங்களுக்கே தெரியாது உங்களுக்கு எங்களுக்கு தெரிய போறது அரட்டை அடிப்போம்
பண்றதுக்கு ஒண்ணும் வேலை இல்ல என்னடா பண்றது
வெட்டியா வந்துட்டு இருக்கோம். அதாவது நான் வந்து முந்தின வீடியோல சொன்ன மாதிரியே வந்து நான் வந்து முன்னாடி எல்லாம் வந்து ரொம்ப பிஸியா இருந்தனாலாம் வந்து 4 நாள் ஒரு நாளைக்கு தூங்குவேன். இப்போ பிசிக்கு அந்த அளவுக்கு இன்னும் ஜாஸ்தி வெட்டி ஆயிட்டேன். So in one day I sleep 8 days, 8 times in one day I sleep. So I have doubled my cycle because Shavasana is power, Shavasana is love. Gagana tunga, gatunga, tunga, tunga. Okay. Having said that, on another this thing, on a very serious note, I just like having conversations with some of my friends and அத வந்து என்னெல்லாமோ பண்ணியெல்லாம் அட்டச்செல்லாம் போடுறான். So I thought, why not me? Why should I? Yeah. Right to try.
Why not? You're stupid.
So this man to my left pain is equally one crackpot like I am. So I guess it will work really well. And that's how we have bonded. So again, coming back to the intro bit. Phenomenally talented musician, Project Mishramanta. He has his own band, and it's a bunch of other people as well. But he spearheads the entire thing, which is amazing. And he does Konnakol in beatboxing, and that will get all you people weak in the knees. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram. If you don't, make sure you do. It's some absolutely mind-boggling content that he puts up. And apart from that, he makes memes. People who make memes, they have my full support. You sit at home also, you do nothing but you make memes, like that. Some bro spirit comes out to me. So that's it. We have a man in honor. Everybody, please welcome discount Danish set Shivaraj Natraj.
Every Punjabi song ever.
ਮੰਡਿਆਣਾ ਕੱਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਓ ਸੋਹਣੀਏ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਓ ਕੱਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੱਟ ਵੱਟ ਕੱਟ ਸੋੜੀਏ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਣਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੱਟ ਮੱਟ ਕੋੜ ਤੇੜੀਏ
Excessive romantic expressions.
ਕੱਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੱਟ ਕੱਟ ਸੋੜੀਏ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਕੱਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਣ ਸੇਣੀਏ.
And then rap begins. Aaj raat mere saath, oh yeah, oh ghar vich mere saath raat, aaj maad raat mere saath, mere baat kar ghar vich, aaj raat mere saath, oh yeah.
Okay, Macha. See, so much intro and all I give now. So much hype and build up and all.
Too much build up to it. There's nothing. I'm just a humble musician.
No, but can I be honest to you? This is actually a very Bangalore thing. I'll be honest to you because you got Chennai. I've been living for the past 5 years, right? It's not like that here. Things are a little different here. I'm sure some triggered Quora user will probably come put some statistics saying 36.1 people percentage are not very conservative or not very cocky people. You probably have not come across the right people. Not shut up. Okay, just shut up. Okay. So, but trust me, like jokes aside, I think, and I've even told this to you. I don't know if you remember this. I SMS'd you one day asking, dude, man, Bangalore another concert would you be willing to like be my co-musician and stuff? And he was so kind in replying. And guys, I don't give concerts and all. Like Instagram people are like, oh, Karnataka, and I've only been learning this for 5 years. Okay, for the past 5 years, this man's been learning it since he was a kid, and he can really play. He can really like pull things off. So he's as much as we are at the same age and we've been in and around the same college and whatnot, right? But musically, he's so much more senior. He knows so much more than I do or I intend to know.
Okay, so here's a new thing that I learned today, and uh, Arabic scales. There are equivalent Arabic names for the major scale, the minor scale, and then the Phrygian mode, and so on. Equivalents, and a very common stereotype of the Arabic scale. The Arabic scale is sa re ga ma ba da ni sa ni da ba ma ga re sa ni da ba da ni sa. That's equivalent to Vakula Bharanam in Carnatic music. But there's something very rich that's not present uh, in our system of music, which is the usage of microtones. And so I was just practicing that, and correct me if I'm wrong. So da 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 na da na da na da na da 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 na 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 da 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 na 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 da 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 da. It's not the same as da da na 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 na. It might also sound like the Dorian mode or the or Karahara Priya sare ga ma ba da ni sa sa ni da ba ma ga re sa. It's and the da is ba. It's not pa da and it's not pa da. It's in between. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And even the second note is a little sharp. Da na da. It's not da da, or it's not da na. It's da 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 da.
Right. So as that and dude, he's so down to earth. Like just look at this. He's just like sitting and doing these bantering things with me. Carnatic musicians won't do all these things. Okay, they will want you to put one garland around their neck and very romanticize them. This is not going to work out with those people. So there are people of their own breed, but for him to sort of step out of his comfort zone and to do that, and then to start a band of his own, and then try something out with that, try something very innovative with that. I think that just hit the ball out of the park for me. So how did we meet though?
I think through Siddharth.
Bharadwaj, of
Party.
course. Bharadwaj is the link to everything for a lot of people.
Yeah.
No, but so wait, which year of Christ were you in? Like which year did you graduate?
No, I studied in RV College.
Oh, you did an RV. Okay, I'll tell you how
Yeah.
I got to know about you. It was that Dilwale review which you did for.
Oh shit.
That's where I found you first.
Okay.
I remember, so a friend of mine sends it to me, and I mean, Danish Seth is still a rage. It's not like he's not a rage now, but back then they used to have those Supandi prank calls. Does he still do Supandi prank calls, by the way?
Not much. All the nags. He's been diversifying, which is amazing though. He's pulling off every voice that he can
Right.
with amazing precision.
Right.
So I think the prank calls are not much right now because he's grown so much more bigger, and you've seen
Right.
and the affiliation with Royal Challengers Bangalore IPL. So yeah, it's pretty less now. The prank calls.
So that was the time when a lot of us didn't actually know who Danish Seth was. People knew him by his name, but no one knew him by his face. So a lot of them would try aping him or imitating him and stuff. And he was one of the guys who sort of kind of hit the ball out of the park, because the first time you heard him, so first of all, that voice is a very funny voice that Danish Seth makes. If you guys haven't heard it, I'll probably like try putting one small snippet of it or something. Him just trying to speak like one of his characters, and yeah, it was just him reviewing it. Dude, do you want to like give a small snippet of like how you did it? Just one small bit, though, like a 5-second or 6-second bit.
See, peace. Firstly, this lockdown, we are all sitting in the house, so beating the time. what to do, no work. Of course, work from home, and everybody is telling, but nobody is actually doing it. Simply sleeping. Because client is also work from home, no work. What will you do? Nothing you can plan.
This is so true. You know why? Because my dad is also working from home now, right? And his majority of his half of his day just goes off and work calls alone, like, and and it's ridiculous, right? So he's it's a typical BPO company that he works for, um, and I don't understand their logic, dude. Like, though it's a very business thing that business must continue no matter what and all. That client is only chilling over there, okay? US client is only chilling over there, dude. And this guy's like UK. So what they've done is they've told that you can't, um, you know, you can't take your work home, but you'll have to work in a physical place of types. So what these people have actually done is to about like 300, 400 employees, they've made sure that they've delivered systems, configured systems to their houses just to make sure that the work was like flowing in and stuff. And I'm just like, is mail ka to kabhi jawab nahi aane wala. For all the hype that you fucks are doing, nothing is going to come. What business should continue, it seems. Fucking Murikins, man. 5 lakh people of them are affected, okay? I'm just like, for the love of God, like, can you please do something to like curb that number down? Because it's not a joke.
I don't know what's happening. And then just recently, I think Trump got Vince McMahon on as one of the people in charge.
Yeah.
I don't know the position. Yeah, Vince McMahon from the
Are you
WWE.
serious?
And the best thing is both Trump and McMahon got the fuck out of themselves in the ring. So you see the guy who belted by Snoop Dogg in the
yeah. I know this. I know what you're talking about. He just comes nowhere in the middle and he just like stands up like this. Look, who killed me? This guy is beating up these two people. It seems. I'm just like, what is happening?
That guy is a president. What's happening?
No, I mean, he's a joke, yeah. It's ridiculous, like how he's just reduced himself to what he is.
It's either that he's a joke or it's a front for something very cynically.
But no. See, so it's either one of those, right? But like that's the thing with Trump. Like I think Trump is a global level troll who's just having a position of utmost importance. If you think of it, dude, have you seen his tweets?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
That's so trippy, dude.
I have no clue what's happening. And then all the followers that he has. I don't know what they think.
See, if we tell him like that and all means no. All these English people will all come off to channel. There are barely 2 subscribers I have. So those 2, no, half will be some English and he'll come off and all. So we'll give him a name. We'll call him Orange Monday. Okay. Epic name it will be. And Orange Monday irukran paru. Orange Monday சாப்பிட்டுக்கிட்டு பேசாம இருக்கணும் தானே. We'll call him OM just for like convenience sake. Yeah.
Very conveniently it becomes OM.
Oh shit! I love where this is heading. See, this is why when you were asking me what do you want to say now, I was like nothing. We just come. We will make content because I was very confident. God, this is so funny. OMG.
Orange Monday. Is this going on the video?
Of course, everything goes on. Unless there is like a massive delay in your call or there's like some cut or something like that, I am not going to take out. Dude, do you look at this? Like, I'm very serious, you know, like most of the guys, like I see, at least for now, with the live sessions that they're doing, they're first of all so bad. Okay. They're bad not because the musician is bad, it's because just how live sucks. Because so for the record, like before this entire thing started, Shivaraj actually gives me he gave me back a call saying, Macha, are we doing this live? Never in my life I'll ever go live. I'm not even kidding. Like even if I'm going live, I'll probably be doing some talk like this with people. You know, this let's jam live, bro. No? Bullshit. Okay. It's such a bogus. If you're a one-man army singing a song, that's a different thing. That's a completely different ball game altogether. But this entire thing of let's 2 musicians meet online, it doesn't work.
Nothing is.
Totally.
It's a time waste of the artist and the listener. So
I swear. No, but I mean,
that.
it's surprising like how it's one way very good thing also. No, not like I'm putting the onus on them or something. But it's nice how a lot
No,
of people have.
if you are anyway going to put out content, you might as well like edit it and then like
Make
polish it
the
a
most of it.
bit.
Fair,
Actually,
fair. That's one way of looking at it.
two
But
schools
I
of
like
thought.
the live. I like the live sessions that were happening. Those
Mm.
Bacardi, the Weekender live sessions and
Mm-hmm.
everything. I mean, most of the artists were
Mm.
not of my choice at all. I barely watched any of them. I watched Marty Friedman for a little bit, and most of them
Mm-hmm.
were obviously stand-up comedians because I mean, that's pretty much the
Mm-hmm.
norm these days, right? Um,
Yeah.
so but whatever little I watched, I mean, some of them were convenience. Like Macha, you know what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Like there was somebody who sent me one of these EDM artists this thing
Mm-hmm.
who's quite a age right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I knew that person's name, I won't tell. What will you do? Okay, so so this is so he kind of comes and he's like, "Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a good time and all."
Mm-hmm.
He literally just played a backtrack and he sang on top of it. Dude, I do that in my Instagram videos.
That's more than what you could expect an EDM artist to do live online. That too.
Yeah, I guess that's one way of saying
uh,
it, but it was so bad. Like I remember there was this there was this so there was one and there was another like the singer songwriter slash EDM artist sort of a person. I
mm-hmm.
mean, I don't know, man. They were using this beautiful instrument that rhymes with this thing called ukulele. So
Okay. Okay. What?
so dude, did you see this one guy made fun of Pratik Kuhad's this thing. He made fun of his
Uh,
songwriting.
as,
I even put it up as a
yeah.
story. I don't know if you saw it on Insta.
Okay.
So this guy's just
Uh-huh.
like "Pate,
Yeah, yeah.
Rani."
அவள காத்து விடுறான் அவ்வளவுதான்
And he's like,
மியூசிக்கா சொல்லணும்
Carmera, loud
Ah.
logo. Hey, full power to Pratik. Pratik is an amazing musician. அடிச்சுக்க முடியாது
Yeah.
வேற லெவல்.
Of course. Yeah.
We love
A
him.
lot of hard work.
Oh, heart is there. No, sorry. Okay. So yeah, I mean, so what's happening with your what's happening with Mishram? What are you guys doing? Or
So yeah, we were actually supposed to tour this July. We had a UK Europe tour in place, and
hey,
we
you
had
were
put
supposed
an
to play Tech Fest also, no? This year
yeah,
also.
that's what surrounding Tech Fest. We got called to play there, and everything was in place. And yeah, with this pandemic, I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
As such, the festival hasn't been cancelled yet, so still hoping for the best. But apart from that, we've been writing a lot as of now from the last few months. So yeah, we plan to put out a few more songs.
Right.
Something very different from what we've done before.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yet related to it, so it's not like way too far apart from the music.
That's really
sound
nice.
as such.
That's really nice.
So yeah, as such we can't. There's no deadline as such that or some date that we'll be able to release as such, but we're trying to get things done as soon as possible because it's been quite a long time since we released our last single called Cynic Machine.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, Cynic Machine was a good track, dude. Cynic Machine was a very good track.
Thank you.
Which was the one which had the guy from Tesseract do a portion of your post production, no? That was the song before that.
No, that was Tamasar.
Yeah.
And Akil Kani, I hope the pronunciation is right. Akil Kani. He mastered.
Both people are going to write open letters against him. Just kidding.
Akil, yeah, Akil, he mastered our track and he's done a really.
Oh yeah, man! It's a phenomenal sounding track. But I remember there was somebody. So I so for the record, if people don't know me, I moved to Chennai. So I moved to Chennai for doing this one course with this institute called Kalakshetra. And so I had tried a bunch of really amazing classmates and all that. And this one person in particular, I remember, he actually happened to listen to Project Mushrooms this time. And I mean to say this from the perspective of, like, these are guys who would listen to, like, watch my metal playlist, and they'll be like, they used to do that, right? And they heard this, and it had all the Sanskrit words into it and all that, right? So, and something which made sense also, more than anything, not just randomly throwing in some 4 Sanskrit words into it, for fuck's sake, right? So these guys could really, like, man, this is something very different and all that. I was like, whose songs is it? And that time I didn't heard Tamaset, so I didn't listen to it the minute it released and all. I heard it after a week later or something. And this guy's like, bro, so there's this band, okay, an amazing band, and I listened to it. Obviously, now why that this thing, I can't really figure out that it's him singing and stuff like that, right? Because it's it's gotten its way around, and it's been mastered by somebody who's very proficient at it. So obviously it's going to sound much more huger and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, great. And I was like, hey, wow, nice. What is this, man? Project Mushrooms, yeah, pad. Oh, for this year is so hype. But one way I was also so happy that, see, I think that outreach is important, man. Like, now you guys have definitely had it. Once that UK thing just happened, I guess Gora boys and girls were very no, it's a true thing, right? Like, a lot of it went beyond that circle, the mutual friends circle. Kamala or 500 views kudi vandadana, it's such a brilliant feeling, no? Like
really.
Yeah, I can imagine, because so I mean, of course, you've put in so much finance into it and stuff. Now unnumela na oru 30 செகண்டுக்கு ஒரு கோ கொரோனா கோன்னு ஒரு பாட்டு ஒன்று பாடி ஏதோ ஒன்று போட்டு விட்டேன். ஓகே, அது பயங்கரமா வைரல் ஆகி, அது ஒன்று போகும்னு நினைச்சேன் நான். அப்படிலாம் அப்படி இந்த கான்டென்ட்டை இப்படி கனெக்ட் பண்ணி அப்படி போட்டோம்னா ஆடியன்ஸ் பயங்கரமா கேட்கணும், அதெல்லாம் யோசிக்கவே ஓடும்போது தான் then went 1, went 2, went 3, then it touched 4. 4K views for me, that's like some 10 years of my views put together or something. And I was just wondering what is happening. And then comes the icing on the cake or whatever. Harish Shivaramakrishnan mentions my name. He did something similar to this. I don't know if you checked this. So he did Go Corona Go. He did a Ragamali outfit, macham.
Oh wow.
Okay, some 9 ರಾಗದಲ್ಲೂ ಏನೋ ಹಾಡವ್ರು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, from what I counted. Okay, and he's killed it up, Baba. Matlab,
of course,
he, like, I don't even know. Like, you listen to that and I'm just like, why would he even, like, take the effort to make my mention? Like, it was very sweet of him. To the point, he actually replied to my message. He's like, dude, good job in doing it. And though I kind of know him, he probably knows of my existence because of the memes I post and stuff like that. But beyond that, when he shared it, macha, one Mallu crowd request started coming, macha. Like, so okay, listen, my profile request is like this, okay? My request intake is like, say, in 3 months I get about 50 people in total. Most of the other people I slide into that.
Of course.
Write open letters to me. So okay, and that one span of like 2 days, no, I got some 120 people add me up or something like that. It's crazy. Okay, for every second, like pat. I'm like, what is happening? And everybody mutual, Harish Shivaramakrishnan, and some other 2-3 other people will also come and add up in the list. Okay, like, dude, what is this madness? And despite all that human being actually did. So I kind of get it, right? When it went beyond that circle, to the point I actually got some work also because of it. So,
oh really?
Yeah. But nothing really materialized because of the lockdown and everything. But yeah, let's see. If something works out, that'll be great. That was pretty cool.
All the best. Yeah, dude. Speaking of work coming out of nowhere, that's a very important thing, or a very existing phenomenon that happens in the music world, which I personally experienced. Sorry if I'm taking you off track, but
Hey, no, completely. This is how it's supposed to be. Go for it.
yeah. So I'd been putting a lot of Konnakol beatbox videos.
Oh, man, I'm dude, sorry to cut you off. That is goals. Okay. For you guys who think rhythm is not like anything in music and all.
Na ga 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 tom ta ga 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 di gi na tom go ta di gi na ga tom ta di gi na 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 to ta ga ta ga di gi na to ta di gi na to ta di gi na to ta ga ta ga da di gi na to ta di gi na to ta ga di ko ta di ta ga da ta di gi na tom ta ga di gi na tom ta 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 ga ta ga di gi na tom ta di gi na tom ta di gi na tom ta ga ta ga di gi na tom ta di gi na tom ta ga di ko ta di ta ga ta
I don't even know, man. Like if given a chance, I would just make a minute video, just cursing you guys left, right, and center. That thing requires a ridiculous amount of dedication. Okay, to learn a korvai. So a korvai is a structure that you perform in Carnatic music to sort of end it, but on a high note, sort of a thing. If that's the right word, it is tough. Okay. It's a challenge to just pick it up right on the spot, and the kind of beatboxing videos that he puts up with the Konnakol patterns into it, it's goals. I actually want to take classes from you sometimes. I'm definitely approaching you for it. I'm just trying to make some time for it, but I'm going to do it. I'm not saying this for the video's sake and all. This is something I've actually been wanting to do for the longest of times. So yeah.
Oh, you had messaged me before.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So you were saying.
So yeah, I've been putting up these videos even before the band started, and randomly one day I get a message on Facebook saying from some guy in Italy, and his personal profile didn't have much of information on who he actually was. But then, so there's him and his partner, and the partner is translating for him in English. They're Italians, and they say we saw your beatbox video, and we'd like to call you for a conference in Italy in October 2000.
I remember this. You put up a post about this that you were going somewhere, right?
Yeah. I went and represented India. So
Madness,
so first
dude.
I'm thinking this is some scam, some shady shits that's happening. That too, from here to Chennai or something. Even if some scam happens, you're just spending maybe some bucks on the bus ticket.
Yeah,
it's Italy. It's a whole other continent
game altogether. Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm skeptical, but I said, yeah, what do you have to lose? So I accepted. And then in the next few weeks, my flight ticket had got booked, and they sent that over. And then I checked the PNR, like, oh shit, this is fucking legit, dude. And then the official, they sent the official invitation and all the program letter, and then
holy
I realized
shit, this is
actually happening.
Lovely, yeah, that is so cool.
So the point being, you never know where opportunities arise from.
So true, very true.
That Facebook, dude, just imagine, Facebook got me to go to another continent, represent India, and come back. And mind you, I'm not boasting or anything. This is just what happened. But
I think I'll be honest to you, dude. I'll be honest to you. For all the talent that you've got, and you've got on all of this thing to boast. See, one thing is that you're humble. Okay, and not like you being you, but in general, like you're quite humble in which you're coming across and stuff like that. And it's just that simple, man. Like if I think this, I think so about this. I don't know. I might get into the bubble. I hope I don't, but I think as long as people are able to like separate their stage life and their all that madness that they have on stage and all that high from their whatever life that they have otherwise apart from stage, I think you're sorted. And you are really good with that, because we beat anything, dude. And this was before we knew each other and things like that. And I don't know if you remember this. You were actually the person who came to me at Humming Tree,
Oh.
you were just like, oh, bro, nice beard, bro, aren't you Vignesh? And I was just like, dude, I'm sorry, like, have we met before? Because I'm pretty decent with like people remembering it, because if I would have seen them once, like in real life, I really remember them and stuff. And you come and he's like, hey man, how's it going? And I was like, macha, running good and stuff. And then you went out of your way to like introduce, which you don't have to do, because you were doing something that day or something like that. But you still went out of your way, and despite you being the one of the should I say, lack of a better word, protagonist that day, but you still did out of your way. You're just like, hey man, how's it going? Glad that you came by and stuff. And these are small things which I feel a lot of these I don't know, man. These people who call themselves musicians or whatever, like whatever rocks their palate, but I see that lacking in them sometimes. I'm like, the whole point of you is your bloody audience supports you and comes on the way. See, some might totally understand. Some of them can go a little beyond their way and can get into a little too much into your shoes and stuff. But I've seen that lack of, I don't know, accommodativeness,
humility,
I guess. Humility or even accommodativeness. You don't have to be humble for it. Like take Bollywood celebrities.
Ati Vinamratam Durta Lakshanam. That shouldn't be there.
It's so true. This is
Over
so
humble is still, again, it's just a mask for.
It's a see that's also there now, but see, everybody knows that line, Baba. Now I'm not going to. Everybody knows that line where not to cross, which goes to a sensible follower or a sensible admirer to vis-a-vis the artist. But I feel the artists don't have that line. But you are one amongst those set of people, you, Pranav, and all these guys, a set of people with whom I can just normally come and talk about something, and the next thing, for all you know, you guys are talking about some mind-blowing theory in Carnatic music, and I'm taking something away from it. So that is something which is very inspiring to me personally, right? And
Thank you.
yeah,
That's what there's a balance that you need to strike as an artist. I feel not accommodating each and every stupid request that you might get. At the same time, being humble and being interactive with others, you have all the more to gain. You can always learn from anyone. Anyone, you have something to learn, and need to make use of that and make friends. What do you have to lose? You don't lose your humble. But at the same time, you need to make sure that you aren't taken advantage of. Sometimes that happens. A lot of people.
Been there.
Free collaboration, bro. Let's bro. Like, say thank you.
Yeah, totally.
Be polite and just be smart. That balance is striking.
Been there, the free collaboration thing, and I keep telling been there because I live in Chennai. So Chennai is for people, if you think, see, he's laughing. Okay, is this one of those cities where like, what is my business, sir? I exploit people. No. I'm actually insert a film technician skill, sir. No, sir, I scam people of money. That's what I do. You see, sir, I actually do that only because Ulitaya for me is Ulitaya, not for him. That is what is important. Okay, so yeah, but I get what you're saying. I mean
that balance.
Yeah, but it's tough. I'll be honest with you. It's tough. Like, Macha, you just think, you're doing your work and all properly, and suddenly one barrage of DMs happen, and people are like, oh my god, there's nobody like you and stuff. I guess somewhere it'll get in, but I think that way I really feel this, though it's a lot of them are not otherwise. Like, I feel Carnatic music is that form of music which can keep you rooted no matter what, man. You learn something new, bloody one more thing will just pop out of that, and you're like, dude, what is this other thing, dude? Istaka hinge ittu anta nodkondre iga nodidre bere eno ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ.
And leave alone even the standard that's out there in the practical performance. You always become better, but you'll still have so much more to learn. And
so true.
It's the best part. It doesn't let you get into your head or get inside a bubble.
But that's the funny part, right? Like, it's so ironical, right? Like, the genre is like that, but then people are otherwise the other way around. No, it's a very fascinating thing, and
VIP treatment. Not
So, Acha, so listen, just tell probably a little bit about yourself and how all this craziness started for you. And I know your dad was also a musician, and so it was just there in your family. But what made you say that, okay, you know what, this is what it is? though you have a day job, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I do.
Also doing, you do have a day job, but despite
Then,
that, you're able to
how
balance it. But despite that, you're able to balance it so well, and bring out so many. So I mean, able to do so many things. That's full respect. Like I don't think I could do that. So one of the reasons I said, Mataji
no
ki
to
kripa se,
day job.
Mataji ki kripa se chhod do karke. I mean, I still have a day job now. I have a day job
Oh,
now,
okay.
but it's something which has gotten more to do with the field itself. So that way I'm a little fortunate. It's one of those part-time works which just gives me what I want, and I'm like a little happy with it. The other anything musical related that happens, it's just a bonus that I end up getting sort of things. But the fact is that like yours is like a proper job, like where you're working in a company, you're like sitting and responding to Outlook mails and whatnot, right? So so what was that bit where you were like, okay, listen, I'm going to make sure that I balance both of it, or when was that time where you said, okay, listen, I can't do both, I can't do one extreme and one to be not prevalent at all? Like how did that happen? Because to me, I couldn't get that balance. Like I screwed up royally, which is when and all this happened. Then I had another 4-year buffer, and then okay, fortunately now I'm doing a little decent. But what was that thing for you where you're like, boss, I need both of it to happen, otherwise it's not happening for me? Like where was that?
Okay. So in my school days, I just learned music as such. I never took it up very seriously. It was only there was appa under part class ukare kattuko. So it was more like a mechanical thing which I did because my dad asked me to, and yet I never had a hatred towards it. So it was just a neutral thing. And I was always focused on studies, and I had always been a ranked student in school. So the ranked student, and now obviously the next thing, IIT. After 10th, I came to Bangalore, and I joined in the.
Where were you before this?
Oh, sorry. I was in Oman. I was born and brought up in Oman, Muscat.
I see. Nice.
Gulf boy.
Hey, but what would be the Kannada equivalent for that? The Kannada equivalent accent for that? Gulfo bye.
Yeah. Gulf bye.
Gulfo bye.
Hey, Gulf is only, it's mainly Malayali.
I mean, yeah, it's a very Mallu.
Gulf na Gulf.
Gulf.
Yeah.
That's
So
been in the Gulf. My dad's been in the Gulf.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, nice. Where?
For about he was in Qatar for about 8 years. He was there. And then after that he came back and he found a job in Chennai, and now I live with my family.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my brief connect. But I've never gone to Gulf, dude. So that's the thing that just surprises everybody. And then like, dude, your parents live in the Gulf, and why didn't you go there? Like you're fluid if there are. Yeah, you kind of answered the question. Why would somebody just go there for the duty-free shopping? Dude, like I'd rather travel somewhere here. Like I would rather they come here, because social life is literally zero in a place like Qatar and all that.
But your dad being there, you never went there to visit also? You've never been to the
Never, yeah. So this once he did give me this thing. It was like, Vignesh, you should totally come. I'm like, what are you saying? Half that money you give me over here, like when King, I'll travel somewhere and I'll come. And that's what I ended up doing. And then he also found some sense in it. He's like, yeah, that is actually correct. India is India only, and full became patriotic and all. So that was fun. So that's yeah, you were saying.
Yeah. Oman, and I finished my 10th boards, and then I came back to Bangalore and joined this Ramakrishna Ashrama hostel. It's called Vidya Mandiram.
I know this.
Yeah, it's behind the Ramakrishna Ashram in
Ramakrishna, right.
Yeah. So I joined there, and that was for stay and living, and I go to Jain College with base integrated, the tuition IIT coaching thing.
Oh, okay.
So 2 years of my life, there was no TV, there's no mobiles, there's no internet.
That place is one crazy place, dude. I'll tell you how I know about the Matta. I moved to Bangalore when I was in 6th grade, okay, and my mom is like this, like a pujari will see her and he'll be like, he'll feel lesser religious about himself. That's how she's in a lot of it and stuff like that, right? So this is one of those. So they had this these Veda lessons and mantram explanations and stuff like that
Okay.
for kids. And this used to happen every Sunday. So you had like a yearly fees that you had to pay, and you would go every Sunday. Now the thing was, I used to live in BTM back then. Apo. This was when I was in 6th grade. Okay. So obviously so before that I was in Delhi. Before the 6th grade or whatever it was Delhi, and Delhi was a completely
Delhi Tambrama. Okay.
yeah, Delhi Tambram. That's in Delhi. Okay. So it was a cultural shock for me, right? Because I had never even taken a bus in my life before. Because it never would. Because maximum you would take a rickshaw to some place and that's all you would do. So my mom was like, she showed me 2-3 buses. She's like, you have to take this, you have to go there, you have to come back. I fucking lost it. I'm like, what is happening over here? But I somehow figured my way out and stuff. So the point about you saying not having any TV and stuff like that, right? It was quite funny actually. So I think they used to, like what you said, they used to have residence kids even for the younger ones. So they used to like make them sit there and do all that, right? And I was somebody who was still coping up with Kannada, and I was kind of learning it at that point and stuff. So that time something happened. One of these kids did something, and I just go, hey, dude, they were getting triggered left, right, and center for that. Like, oh, hey anta helda, ayyo, kondri, hey anta helda. I'm like, huh? What is happening here? I was like, okay, so I obviously felt a little guilty, but I was just like, why am I feeling so guilty about myself? There were these two contradictory feelings that were happening. But yeah, it was a good fun 1 year. Not that I understood anything out of it, but yeah, it was a good experience. I learned how to change BMTC buses. Thank you. So
hey, that's very important when you come to Bangalore. As soon as I finish my 10th, the first time I get into a bus, I think, of course, I'd been here on holidays every year on vacation.
Right.
But yeah, so now I have to learn to commute. So for the first 2 months, I was in my aunt's house, and I had to come to tuition and all that. So what I'm thinking is, Bangalore is only filled with Volvo buses. That's the only buses that you get.
Right.
So I only used to take the Volvo buses with AC, and that was a normal thing, you know. Can't survive without it.
Yeah.
And then I go home to my uncle and aunt, and then my cousin says, "Are you retarded? Why would you take the Volvo all the time? It's way too expensive." And then slowly I learned how to travel on the normal BMTC buses and the network, and you know which bus to take and what that. So yeah, that was a transition.
Nice.
From life was in Muscat.
Nice. So how did you actually choose Bangalore to like come? Like was it this thing that your dad?
Home city, that's all. Home city, and all my relatives are here. So if some emergency and they
could attend to you and stuff like that. Fair.
Yeah.
But for me, I think
of course.
You were saying, sorry.
Of course, being IIT coaching that it is, people would normally prefer some place like somewhere in Andhra Pradesh or now Telangana and Sivandra, and or Kota in Rajasthan.
Right.
But
Kota in Rajasthan. Yeah.
I wasn't willing to go that extreme for IIT. So
right.
Yeah. You were saying something. Sorry,
I forgot. Yeah. I was just coming back to the Volvo thing. Man, it was such a privilege to like go in that bus. It was one of those, like you said, it was one of the rich man's buses. Because
correct.
So P, so so my dad is a man of finance. Okay, so he's somebody who would never like give away very quickly. Contrary to popular beliefs, you freaking sibling wrecks who believe that single people are spoiled so much. Nothing. Okay. Okay. So we used to take these Volvo buses and obviously, and my dad was somebody who was like, boss, I'm feeding you food, I'm giving you money for everything else. What else do you want? Just fair enough. Then you obviously had pocket money demands back then and whatnot. So obviously the bus money, and I had to change 3 buses at that time because it was from Christ to JP Nagar 9th phase. It's literally the other end of town.
Oh yeah.
And so we would like go and there was this one gang of people, okay, a mixed gang of people rather. Dude, they would wait only for the Volvo buses. Like you know, somewhere down, we used to like have this deep jealousy, saying, why is world so cruel to you, you know, because you would be so tired by the end of the day. And the thing was that, right? So exactly at 3 o'clock you have to leave, and you reach college, you reach home by like 4:15 only then. Same thing if you make it by 20 minutes late, and it wasn't like the bus stops like nowadays. Like the minute you get out, there's like a bus stop which is happening, right?
Yeah.
For me, I had to walk beyond the Dharmaram College, okay?
Oh, okay.
So Allittu. So that itself was one proper 900 meters, 1 kilometer walk alone. Okay. So obviously it would take you about 10-15 minutes to go, and then you wait another 15 minutes. So it would take you about half an hour to just get a bus altogether. So if you say leave by like 3:10, 3:15 and stuff like that, fucking gone. You will only reach home by 4:45 or 5 or something, you know. Oh man. My this thing with Volvo buses, I've had always a deep grudge against them. Though I can like go in one right now, I don't know why, but yeah, metro for the win. Metro for the win. Screw everything. Metro for the win. Your house is next to a metro.
ಏನು
only
ಎಲ್ಲ
there.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಈಗ, ಏನೂ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕ.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Macha, I don't know. Can I be honest with you? Macha, but can I be honest with you? Maybe it's because Bangalore. Okay, probably when I was in Bangalore, then it would have been a different thing, because I would have also probably feeling like what you're feeling. But Macha, see, you know where I live. I live in Chennai. Okay, so this entire thing, no, I just find it overrated. This entire oh my god, quarantine life. Everyone's like putting a hashtag and stuff. I'm like, Laudu, my life was like this only before this also. Okay. I'm like, this is so overrated. Like, if this is lockdown, my life was a beta version of this lockdown. You know, because that's what it used to be. If I used to head out, I used to head out for work and I used to come back. Like Deepavali, you know, it once that thing. I think. Do you watch Tamil movies? Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Tamil and but I speak Kannada.
But I still, there are still people who are like, I don't watch Tamil movies. You never know, na baba. So I know, dude. So I think Kaidi had released this last Deepavali.
Okay, I don't watch that many Tamil movies. Sorry.
See, exactly. You should watch Kaidi though. It's an amazing movie. It's there on Hotstar. It's a really good movie. Very well made. It's a really well made movie, right?
Well produced.
So yeah, very well produced, well written and stuff like that, right? And so they're like, my dad is like, hey, it's Deepavali, you know. If you don't want to watch a movie with us, it's okay. Like, why don't you like call some of your friends and like you people should go for a movie? And I was like, I don't mind watching Kaidi, but I was like, I don't have friends here. My dad just like looks at me, he's just like, no man, go watch some movie. And I'm like, I actually don't have any friends here. And it's so hard to believe. I was like, that's how it is.
Bangalore, is it?
Yeah.
Bangalore, is it?
Majority of them, no. It's that entire lot only, no. It's us boys or whatever it is. And we don't. That's the thing, right? Like it's not like I stay in touch with Shivaraj Natraj every day. Now I do a little bit because we both are in this common WhatsApp group. So what was happening there, we're probably like laughing our asses off and talking about it. But otherwise, whenever we meet at gigs, like we all chill, and it's so at least for me in general, I've never had like a particular circle of friends and all, especially in Bangalore. Because that is really cool. Like I feel very proud of that also. Because I'm like, boss, if I step out, even if I don't have my house keys, I can go to some friend's place and crash and stay. They'll be more than happy to like accommodate me. That's the relationship I have with a lot of them, right? So yeah, man. Bengaluru is Bengaluru, dude. Home is home. This place is a workplace. This is a official. How I look at it.
And the weather also, even though it's not how it used to be before, but still it's year round, it's pretty good compared to what you would experience somewhere else.
But there are still idiots sitting there and complaining, no? Like you'll be like, oh my god, Bangalore is so hot. I mean, man, look at this place and stuff. I'm like, you wait. Why be so harsh to people? You should be kind. Say, he will book you Shatabdi train to Chennai. Okay. The minute you get out from that train, you are on your own. You are on your own. I can figure out whatever it is. Try spending one day over there without coming back the next day. It's a freaking heat for this.
Exactly.
It's a freaking
of an air condition. This is just a blast of heat that comes at you, even if you are under the shade, it's just hot.
Yeah, I know. Thanks to family and everything, I've moved to a place that's very close to the beach. So somewhere by the evening and stuff like that, it gets a little breezy and it gets.
Where is it? Which area is it?
This is the ECR side.
ECR side. Oh, okay.
This is after Thiruvanmiyur, about 3 kilometers away from
After.
Thiruvanmiyur. After
Oh,
Radha.
okay. No, I've been to Chennai a lot of times for IIT Madras competition.
Dude, so I was actually supposed to come for your gig in IIT Madras that day, but some work happened.
Oh, அப்படியா?
I actually saw that.
வணக்கம் சென்னை. நாங்கள் ப்ராஜெக்ட் மிஷன் இன்னைக்கு 6 PM ஐஐடி மெட்ராஸில் வாசிச்சுட்டு இருக்கோம். எல்லாரும் கண்டிப்பாக வரணும், சரியா? பீஸ்.
And then I saw your beautiful Tamil. I actually wanted to troll you properly for that Tamil which you said, okay? But I was like, you know what? Let's just be kind to him. Or for all.
Ironically, I'm supposed to be a Tamilan. So.
No. So say, I'll tell you to be very honest. The Tamil that a lot of Bengalurians speak, that's actually not the Tamil. That's not Tamil. No.
Yeah.
Okay, because I remember it was such a shock for me. I have this epic story, right? Piyulan, I used to. I mean, he's still in touch with me. Like we talk to each other sometimes on Instagram and stuff. Goes by the name Anthony. So Anthony, I don't know if you people are doing your PU in and around Christ Junior College, circa say about 2010 or 2011. No, 2009 or 2010, in and around that time. Anthony Sanjay was this really popular basketball player. He was this guy who used to just keep to himself. But man was a player. He was quite a dedicated sportsman and stuff. And he's still into it, if I'm not wrong. He's gotten into a lot of fitness and stuff like that as well. So he's a Tamilian. Okay, he's the Fraser Town Murga. Okay.
Oh.
And that boy would start speaking in Tamil. Trust me, that Tamil, man, that was a whole body of experience for me, because I was just like, what is this? நீங்க என்ன பேசுறீங்க? ப்ரோ நீ என்ன பேசுற ப்ரோ? ஆனா ப்ரோ தமிழ் பேசுற. தமிழுக்கு பிடிக்கல, ரொம்ப தப்பு. Okay. Even now, right? Like whenever, so there I do these small 2-3 day trips sometimes when I'm like too fried with Chennai and I just come back. So fortunately, I also happen to have a house in Bangalore. So whenever I come, I just open the place.
Rich people, appa.
Louda rich people. Shut up. Chennai, we are living in Bada over here. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Because of me, my parents are coming and living over there. Papa, they can aramse stay in Bangalore and do nothing over there. Chill over in life. They are coming and staying over here for all the madness that I'm doing in life over here. So what happened was, so I would keep
weekends.
Weekends, yeah. Thanks for getting me in. So weekends time, and sometimes one of these gigs and all would happen. No? So I would just put one 3-day trip and I used to like come. I keep coming. I was in Marthalli, I think. Okay, these 3 guys come. I was in the Marthalli metro station. Baipanalli metro station. Marthalli, pardon my ignorance. I was in the Baipanalli metro station, and these 3 boys come in, full football boys. Okay, and they come in with all the typical football attire, boys. If I get a Google image of it, I'll plaster it over the top. Okay, don't worry. So these guys come, and then they were a little quiet to themselves. I guess they had like an intense game and stuff. This was about 7:30 in the morning, and these boys come, and then bro, they started speaking in Tamil, bro. Set. And the thing was, it was
Tamil, is it?
It's like so what happens is a lot of influence and Kannada words come there. Okay, like to the point, like they're like macha digila adcha macha enak samya macha. I'm like, what is this? What are you doing? இது வந்து கிடையாது, இது கொலை, இது பகல் கொலை கிடையாது, தமிழ்ல கிடையவே கிடையாது. Okay, so and this guy started speaking. He's like, wow, I'm like, I was like, I was doing the metro. It was so funny. And those guys were there till MG Road or something. So Bypanoli to MG Road is about like 6-7 stops. So you have like a long this thing to go. So oh man, the amount of fun I had. I was just holding down my laughter, and then I got down. I was just laughing like a maniac on an empty metro station, so people didn't judge me, I guess. But yeah, fun times in this thing, man. But yeah, man, Luru's hope. Whatever you say, no, those. I think so. So I've actually spoken to another friend of mine as well, where he's one Pakka Chennai Vasi. So that boy feels like that for Chennai, and I think it's more like it's more like that, right? Like where you're brought up, the place where you're brought up and you've done your college days, then end up becoming like your place of nostalgia or something.
Of course.
Possible.
Of
But I
course,
don't know.
I have to accept. I have to accept with all reality that since I've always, and in fact, I was here a year before I actually went to Oman.
Okay.
So like LG, I was in Bangalore. So since there's so many memories associated with Bangalore, pretty much feel that this is the best place to be. So that is probably another factor apart from all the geography, you know. But where you experience a lot of things in your life that brings nostalgia, that automatically pushes it to be your favorite place.
Mm,
That's what I feel.
yeah. I don't know. I kind of agree with that as well, but because his point of view was very similar to yours, but I don't know, man. Luru's home, bro. Like even now, when I
Yeah.
just step down in the train or flight or whatever it is
Mm.
that I'm coming in, I'm just like, bro, this place is delicious. Like
Yeah, that's
like macha, like even now, no, like the people are like, oh, I am wanderlust and all this thing, and they'll like go to some hill station and then they'll book in this thing, and I'm like, you shut up and come to my place over there. Okay, you won't have your basic amenities. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like that sweet association with home, no. Though I do understand. Okay, I'm on board with people when they say the traffic is at horrible peak and
of
it's one
course.
of the worst cities in that way and all. But the people make
Yeah.
up to it. The people make up to it by and large, I think. So
Yeah,
I
the
guess
people are also so helpful here. I personally, what I've seen,
true.
you ask someone for directions, and they'll go to the. Some people go to the extent of getting you on a bus sometimes.
Hmm.
So and the people in Bangalore are also receptive to a multicultural,
That
diversity.
that
If it's a Hindi guy, they'll make sure to speak in Hindi, in whatever little Hindi they know. The bus
yeah, very true.
conductor.
Very true.
That's a very beautiful thing that adds to why Bangalore is such a beautiful city.
Very true.
Apart from
I think
trees.
it's the multicultural thing that you're talking about, right? Because
Mm,
BBM, my absolutely
BM.
beautiful days. BBM,
Huh?
Bachelor's in Business
Uh-huh.
Management. So I did this absolutely useful course, which has no relevance to me right now. So for many of you who don't know, so Christ. So I did my degree in Christ. Okay, and so the minute you enter the campus, you would have one building. Okay, that which is called the Audi block. Okay, now the equivalent of Audi block, the Audi block was the formal name. Now the
Mm.
informal name was North India. Okay. So see, he's laughing already. That laugh itself will tell you what is the reason. So you would get in there, and man, it was, I don't know, it was not the place for any Bengalurian to be in, I guess. Like because I
What?
feel illa, but I feel so proud. Not that I intend any racist this thing towards
Of
them or
course,
any
of
slur
course.
towards them. Definitely not, because I've had people
Mm.
who have been the same. Like people from the north who've been very sensitive towards things because they were army kids and stuff like
Yeah.
that, which is beautiful, right? But majority of the people, the snugs that I had back, the schmucks that I had back in college, they were very ignorant people. Let's just leave it at that, right?
Mm.
And that way I used to be so happy that because I was so happy that I didn't live in any other city but in Bengaluru, because I think that sensitivity around to just make sure that you're not getting onto somebody's personal accent or a way of lifestyle is something, it'll just teach you. Like you don't have to learn it from anybody or
Mm.
something. It's just with the people that you talk. Cause like let's face it, dude. Like for all you know, we'll probably know people who have like pull like it'll be some MLA's son and stuff. But he'll be one of those people. He'll be like, hey, macha, here $100 biryani. That there we'll go means you'll get biryani for $80. He'll be that sort of a person. So the
Mm.
even though if he's, if he or she is putting up a mask to like just get accepted, it is still so good that they are taking the effort to be so, and I think that can only happen in Bangalore, unless there are other cities which say so. Then I'm just ignorant about things. But whatever I've experienced, I've just felt that you guys are
Yeah.
you guys are good. You guys are good where we're coming from. Yeah.
So yeah. Oh shit, where did we come from? Bangalore IIT coaching.
See, but I like where this is heading. So just keep going. That's
Yeah.
keep going till you feel sleepy or you're like hungry or something, I guess. Yeah.
No, I just wanted to complete that whole thing.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
The story. So yeah, Bangalore IIT coaching 2 years, no phone and no TV and all that. And so studies was the only thing on my mind.
Okay.
And I wrote my entrance exams and it didn't happen. I didn't get into IIT. So that was when I got really depressed because I sacrificed a lot of things.
A lot of it and it just didn't, right?
And it didn't work out. So then and it was to the point, how much I wanted IIT. It was to the point that any other entrance exam was just for safety. My only goal is to write the IIT J, get into it. But then, so since I had luckily written CET and got a decent rank, so then I got into RV College of Engineering. Right. And even the first year of college, I was still focused on studies. And in fact, I wrote the mains again. But then by the time I started studying for the entrance exam,
it was too late. Okay.
Too late. Nah, I didn't have the interest.
You were just like, never mind, man, whatever.
Yeah, it's very depressing when already all the time you spent in workout is this. Yeah. And also college life here. So I thought I'll just focus in RV college. And then second year of college, and by then I'd started beatboxing since my 10th standard.
Yes, we have to get into that. Thanks for just segueing yourself into it. Really, thanks. Yeah.
It was a school thing on YouTube, and I had a few friends in school who used to beatbox. So I was only beatboxing, and I was also learning the Mridangam as a separate thing in Muscat 3 years.
Okay.
How Konnakol beatboxing came into place is, since I was living in the Ramakrishna Ashram, and the ward was himself a Swamiji. Name is Swami Ramananda. We call him Manju Maharaj. So he was strict, but where the necessity was there to promote something, even if it was different, he would. So he's the one who actually put restrictions due to which Konnakol beatboxing was born. So he made me perform in the Ram Mata itself in front of the public devotees, in front of us.
Cool.
So he told me, mold it into something that you can present in a place like this. And I think that would help. And now we see that restriction is what actually brought in a new genre of beatboxing, which I don't think there's anyone else that does it on the planet. Maybe one or two who claim to do it. But yeah, so that genre, that niche was born out of the Ramakrishna Ashram.
Wow.
So,
what are the odds, right?
Yeah, I'm very thankful to him.
Absolutely.
This happen in life.
And this is you just to finish yours, then I'll have to just add something. Yeah, please go. Sorry.
So yeah, and beatboxing in college and all was just for getting that crowd, that appearance in front of the crowd, and pullumal.
I know what you're saying.
That feel of being a hero.
Yeah. It's just that cultural team validation.
It was never something serious musically. Only in the second year of college, I think when I started putting out these Konnakol beatbox videos, and once this Italy thing happened, that's when I realized, okay, there's actually potential for this, and I've been a fool until that time, and I can actually take this up seriously. And also, the Project Mishram came to be with my college music team, and all these musical things started becoming my life.
Right.
And studies was just something that study the previous day of the exam, make sure you get a decent grade, make sure your parents are happy, they paid so much for you to be in the institution.
Fair enough.
And at the end of college, I planned to go to the States to masters. That was my plan. And I'd written GRE and got a decent score. And then I simply thought I'll give I'll give a try to get placed in a company here because everyone was writing placements.
Right.
So I tried, and then the first 6 interviews, the first it starts with a written test.
Okay.
And there's a group discussion, and then you have the interview.
Okay.
So clear the first round itself for any of these
Okay.
any of these placements. And then I thought, I've been getting these grades, why am I not able to crack even the first round? And then I got pissed off. And then the 7th one was the first one that I actually cleared the first round, and finally I got the job also. That's where I'm working. This
I
place
see.
called
Repeat, just come again.
yeah, it's called Stellium.
Okay.
So they are partners.
Okay.
In warehousing and logistics.
Oh,
so,
that's lovely.
Okay, so that happened, and then the decision came to be that okay, I'll work in Stellium for some time. Ishtala kashtapadbidu, you have got the job. Why give
and
it
then
up?
just give it up. Yeah, wouldn't make sense.
So I thought I'll work for 2 years, and then with GRE scores are valid for 5 years.
Okay.
So I thought I'll for 2 years and then go up. But then now it will be 2 years in June that I'm working in Stellium. The job has been pretty peaceful. It's given me a lot of time to work on both the Konnakol beatboxing as well as Project Mishram. In fact, I live in an apartment with 3 of the members from the band.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been very lucky that way.
Okay. So your if you don't mind, so your fam doesn't live with you here. They are in Oman still.
No. My mom and my brother came back 2 years ago.
Okay.
Because it was his time also to go for 11th and 12th standard.
Right.
And my dad just retired recently, a few months.
Okay.
And we are all here in Bangalore, but then it's very far from my place of work.
Okay.
So my office is in Marathalli, close to Marathalli.
For those of you who don't know, Marathalli is hell.
Yeah, that whole stretch.
Yeah, that whole stretch, dude. There was a picture somebody put up of it just being a deserted place. Like I saw that picture and I was like, "This is what dreams are made of." Like,
yeah, tell me about it.
I swear.
That whole stretch is sickening. You go to places like Jayanagar or Baswantgudi or Malleshwaram, see the greenery there. It's so beautiful, and then go through this stretch and like fuck this shit.
Well, perks of having.
That's where you make the.
That exactly. I was just coming there. What to do, life? Yeah. So right now you're living with a few of your bandmates also.
Yeah, but just before the lockdown, luckily, my house is somewhere near Hosur. It's like half an hour from, but in the Karnataka side.
Okay.
So, and that's where my uncles and aunts and all of that. We have our own house.
I see.
So family is here, and with just the lockdown, I got home here. So I've been at home itself, and all the people in the apartment are in their respective homes. So.
Acha. So it's peaceful. So everyone's safe. Everyone's safe and sound in their own places. That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's really
coming to the fact where you said
the Marathalli
you
job.
Said no, that's fine. And there was an implementation in Mumbai, so I got to stay there for like 3 months intermittently.
Oh,
because of the.
Was this the time when you checked out Jacob Collier? Oh no, you went for that.
I went separately. I went separately later.
Okay.
So there also I took my Mridangam there, and I used to practice in the hotel that and so yeah, music has always I've been able to balance it, but at the same time coming to the fact where you said how do you have that resolve to balance both music and then your job. To be frank, I've actually lost that resolve slowly because because I've been going to office wondering why the fuck am I here.
Okay.
The first day of office, the CEO has a session with each one of us, and he asks everyone what their backgrounds are. Yeah, and I explained what the achievements were and what I've been doing. First thing he said, first day of my job, he said, "What the fuck?"
Okay.
So yeah, but it took 2 years to get out of that comfort zone to make that decision to get into full-time music. So the thing is, recently I gave my audition for Berklee College of Music, and I got
And you got through, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I got through with a decent scholarship percentage.
That's lovely.
So I've decided to join there
Sweet,
this year.
man. That's lovely. That's lovely because
But then
trust me,
this,
it's the man that.
yeah, that's there. And
So,
also the
but full
thing
respect.
is,
Yeah, of course. Also that. So how are they like sorting it out for you guys now? Like with people who are
uh,
starting.
so see, if I'm supposed to join this fall, I've
Uh-huh.
already my student deposit and confirmed my seat there. So if if the actual classes don't happen in the fall, as in the college is not open physically and
Right.
the lockdown is still there in the United States,
Right.
then I'm guessing they might have to do online classes because that's what they're doing for the current batch.
Okay.
Now, if that happens, there's no use of joining early and just going for online classes. You might as well take them here under someone else, who will be charging less. So main part of going to Berkeley, of course,
Is there
the knowledge
just
that
the
you get,
presence?
the presence, the contacts that you make, the network that you build there.
Yeah. True.
So that's what you're actually paying so much for, and hoping it turns out into returns.
True. True. True.
So yeah, so if it becomes online, then there's no use of going in September. So I still have to consider deferring the course. So I join in January instead of September.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
we have time till June.
okay.
So I'm just seeing how the situation is across the world, and then accordingly we can go ahead with the decision.
I just like
So
how 2020 for a lot of people just began on a good note and then it just went fucking bam. Bloody went gliding through the distance.
2020, I'll tell you how it has exactly been. Have you seen that Buddy Whale scene? Lochak, Tachak, Machak.
So true, dude. I swear.
It started with little things here and there, and then
So fucked up, man. So fucked up, dude. It's dude. It is like, can you even think? I don't think even our forefathers have seen something like this, right? The financial year has been pushed down to July 31st. Can you like, man? Like the minute they
Oh, man.
told that, I was just like, okay, man, this is serious. This shit is serious. So since how long have you
Yeah.
actually been following this thing, the COVID-19 thing?
Once it became serious in Italy, like until it was in
Ah,
give a damn.
okay.
So once it came into Italy and it started growing in alarming numbers because we planned a tour in summer.
So you were just keeping a track on how things were happening there.
Of course, because flights and visa and all that. So once it started growing in alarming rates, I was like, what the fuck, shit. And
Tell me about it. Man,
change.
dude, everything is at a loss now. Like, so I just wanted to ask this to you. So, what's happened with you for the flight ticket? So, even I had this thing in July. I had to go to Belgium, and
Oh, wow.
I had like a 4-day concert in Belgium, and it was a group concert. A couple of us were going. A couple of them
Oh, okay.
decided to stay after the concert and have like an itinerary of sort or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Others were just like, you know what, boss, utna sa baukat nahi hai. 4 days we'll come back. So I was the utna sa baukat nahi hai category. So I was
What
supposed to
kind
go
of
to
a this is it a dance concert? Huh?
illa. This is this is for the Indian choir. So there's this thing called Choir Olympic Games that happen. It happens in different countries throughout the world, and
Okay.
so they have one category which is supposed to be the, I don't know, whatever you call the equivalent of a non-Western choir or whatever. They have some particular terminology that they use for that. Terminology. Okay. So, right. So, they use that for, and so the idea was that we were supposed to be there, and so one was the competition that you were taking part in, and apart from that, there were 3 more concerts that we were doing in and around, which was sponsored by that team, which is called something of culture, and they have this like Belgian name to it and stuff like that. And I think it's gone in for a toss because now, obviously, so they've pushed the event to next year now because.
Oh, they've done that already.
Yeah, they've done that already because they don't see any point in it. Also, even after once it sort of curbs out and stuff, it's still going to be like quite a thing, right? So now everyone's like, okay, what's happening with the flight tickets and everything? I'm just like, so I think I'd booked one in Emirates, and Emirates apparently till the next June June ka end, they've sort of announced that we're giving you refunds and stuff, and they're actually not
Oh,
giving you
that's.
like a cash refund, dude. So they're giving you coupons, they're giving you credit vouchers.
Hey, no, I read about that. If you
Uh,
if you price them to give you the cash, they will. May I
yeah.
just that you check that option out.
Okay.
Send them mail. Check. They according to law, they are not supposed to force you into taking coupons. They should
Okay.
refund. Is what I read in an article.
Oh man. Okay. I really wish if I
I
if I
think.
can.
Yeah. Make sure that you get your money back instead of these coupons.
Yeah, because
Less risky.
the I mean, see, Emirates I can still consider using it because I'm anyways planning to probably do one of these trips or something. I definitely
Oh,
know
then
where
fine.
not to go. I definitely know where not to go. But
Hey,
probably.
but if you get a coupon, then just go to the farthest place you can from India. No?
Yeah,
Paisa.
I swear. So that's the idea. So that's what I was thinking of because I was just like consider this as like an advance booking that you did for your flight 2 years before, so that next year whenever you're taking that
Yeah.
trip, you're just saving
Oh,
up
it's valid for
majorly.
2 years, is it?
So that's
It's
what they're
valid for two
basically
years.
saying. That's what they're basically
Oh,
saying.
nice.
So I was just thinking I might as well take that up. But the fact is like, dude, so think about it. There are people who put money on their itinerary and stuff, and they're not giving anything back to them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anything. They're like voucher
No,
rakho, voucher
have you
rakho.
heard of this prog band called Coma Rossi?
Yeah, I
Coma Rossi.
know.
Yeah, they were supposed to tour the UK in March,
Okay.
and that's when it started booming. No, the whole
Okay.
band. So unfortunately, they had to cancel everything at the last moment. And Pao, that was their first tour, international tour.
So sad, dude. So friend of mine was supposed to go to the UK. He got like a job there, and he was supposed to be with the Cambridge University, and he as a research fellow, as a research assistant, and and this guy like literally gotten himself a place and stuff like that. It was damn chill. He was going with his spouse. His spouse is also into it, academia, and all that. Hopefully, I should be having something like this with him as well the coming days. So, bro, so the thing was damn simple. He's like, bro, you're anyways coming to Belgium like for a week, for 4 days or whatever. Just extend your trip to another week. Just shut up and come to UK. Your accommodation is sorted.
Ama.
Get you other
It's all
things,
there.
and you just have to spend on your visa and for your flight tickets. And flight tickets were dirt cheap. And some reason, so I've been following Corona since January. Okay, who put a tweet saying that it's not a human to human transmittable disease, which is probably one of the worst blunders of this generation by organization of that level. And I just got curious because the name seemed like very deadly. I'm like, what is this coronavirus? And I started reading about it, and I'm just like, holy shit! Like this, if this thing blows up, which from the looks of it would back then, and then Jan 23rd, these people just say that, hey, there's something with this happening, but you don't have to worry. I'm like, then there is definitely something that you'll have to worry about. Call me pessimistic, but this does not seem nice. And then, man, the explosion happens. And even then, I remember like he was just saying, Macha, don't worry, nothing will happen. I'm like, dude, what are you saying? I just, okay, and I kept my phone. And now, man, I'm so glad I didn't do those entire set of things. Otherwise, Adu sumne ange hogirutte again.
Luckily, we also haven't booked any tickets yet.
Oh, then okay.
But,
what was your plan otherwise? Oh, before 3 months.
April first week.
Fair.
April first week. By then, the thing had blown up, and then so we are just we thought we'll take a call based on how things work out. Because
no,
see,
from the looks of it, like no, yeah, they haven't cancelled it yet, but so I know somebody in the UK whom I've had the fortune to take lessons for and stuff, and he's like, so he runs a company, he runs a reasonably big company and stuff like that. Man's seen a lot of life and whatnot. And he's like, this stuff from the looks of it, it's going on like, so they have announced a lockdown till now till September. So I don't know with what courage.
Oh, till September. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know with what courage these guys are like, let's just keep TechFest on. Like I don't understand, but whatever. Because they have been very clear about it that this we fucked up, we've blown this out of proportion, but now we have to curb it somehow. We are doing things, and they're very strict about it. Like even in terms of stepping out and even in terms of the entire social distancing and stuff like that. And So
yeah. So anyway, we haven't booked anything as such, so it's still fine.
Sorted. Then you guys are sorted. Because, it's quite a crazy thing.
Mostly
just with that risk to try. I don't think, man. I think this entire 2020 year is just going to be like this. I think like 4-5 months, it's just going to be like up and down like this. Of one day they'll say
Okay, if I
something,
find patient zero, no.
not just you. Don't worry. No, but please, sorry, Shivaraj, you're being racist.
I just said patient zero, dude.
I know you also meant about the patient zero origins of China. What if you're talking about that? Just kidding. So I don't know, man. There is this amazing this thing by Bill Maher. He's this stand-up comedian and now turned like political speaker sort of a thing. So he has a show on HBO, and I even shared that video. Should probably just go check it out on my profile. And this guy belongs to the other side of the political spectrum, right? And but man, the way he roasts them and that, it's just pretty liberating to watch it and stuff like that. And for this thing, I'm no right saffron boy and all. Okay, I like kesari bath, but that does not mean I like anything and everything saffron. So so he actually put it across really well, right? Where he's like, if you're actually saying that a country needs to be held responsible, how on the planet is that racist? Because it's like blaming the
No,
government
it makes
of our
sense
country.
to, and there are so many evidence, things of evidence that are cropping up, which show that it's not exactly, it's not what it seems. It is that China is completely innocent.
No, please.
Blaming the
That's
entire
just
country.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's the thing, right? It's not, that's the thing. If you're blaming the government of a country, that's not equivalent to a race blame. You know, and it's almost ridiculous how they spin this entire narrative all the time. So the same thing happened during SARS as well, apparently. But back then SARS, when the SARS epidemic,
I think that came from Africa, no?
No, that came from China. So the SARS thing,
okay.
yeah. So that came out through this thing called through this animal called the civet. Okay, now civet is this form of mammal. You find civets in Kerala also. Okay. Like you find a variety of civet in this thing also. That didn't mean people freaking cooked it. Like, for the love of God, you know.
Oh man, I'll never get these people.
Never mind. I mean, it's so again, yeah, man. Because this is again, coming from a point of view of somebody who was talking to, and he was telling they are so he's been to China, right? So this person, and he was saying like they're such humble people, because they've just been brought down to this thing, right? That iron fist is something that they're always shown upon, to the point that he actually ended up having food somewhere, and the food was really well made or something. So he actually gave an extra tip to this. He's like, no, I don't want tips and stuff like that. And where he could have completely like done it. There are animals there also, boss. Like, if people really wanted to go be all adventurous and stuff, and they could consume it, I think it's gotten more to do with the fact that it's a meat market which is fetching them a lot of money, and that's one of the reasons why they don't want to let it go. And but man, that video, man, full props to Bill Maher for doing that, calling out.
I'll check that out, dude. Okay.
You should. I'll probably link it to you sometime, because it's so sensible. Because what he says is, a government which has had the ability to sterilize kids, if you had in family more than, if they had more than one kids. And he says there's another this thing where he says that apparently they built a 57-story skyscraper in a matter of 19 days. If they could do crazy things like that,
ridiculous.
If they could do insane things like that, this is nothing. This is a walk in the park for them, right? And I think there was another thing in Beijing Olympics that happened, where they made this girl sing in the front, and her voice just stood out in the entire lot. And she used to always be like, like, everybody was wanting to know who is she and what is she and whatnot, right? Like, the entire media was like craving for it and stuff like that. Somebody actually found out the cover story. She was just a a phrase, like a front face to it. So the girl who actually sang was another girl who was singing in the back, but she wasn't very good looking in terms of this thing. She was actually made to sit behind, and this girl was lip syncing to it. So yeah, peaceful people. So peaceful government. So yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, things.
See, the one thing I've always felt after learning about all this is where do we stand? The rest of the world, what are we able to do in order to say we get 100% evidence that it was actually started by China as a government? And I'm not saying it did unless we get evidence. I'm a believer in evidence.
Fair
So
enough.
if we get evidence, what power does the rest of the world have? Does that lead to a third world war? Or what's going to happen?
Man, I hope not.
And a lot of people are pissed with if in case this actually started on purpose from there, what are you going to do? Now that will bring up a whole dilemma as to what action is to be taken from the rest of the world with China.
Yeah.
And China is so important in the world market itself with so many. You would see from 10 items in your house which will be from
It will be
China.
signed from China, exactly. No, I
So
think
what
China
happens to
is
that if it's
China is basically that school kid which you will have in your school, or that college kid who will be that MLA's son or daughter. He'll have all the pull in the world.
without
Okay?
him school won't run?
He will do whatever he wants to do, but he'll still get away with it. That is basically China for you. Like I was just thinking, I'm like we actually had a caricature of such people back in college. Like I'm sure all of us have experienced people or seen them, the cartoon characters that they were, and China is just going to veto themselves. Or they're like, oh, you're saying something, veto, and they're just like going to get out of this, I guess. But I gotta admire Japan, man. Full respect,
Oh,
man.
Japan, yes.
Oof. That
You
is,
see the graphs of the cases are across different countries, and then you see Japan. It's such a happy story. It's just go it's like that.
and they've taken all their manufacturing this thing off, no, from there. They're actually paying the the commercial industries who are there, who manufacture that, to come out and set it up in their own country now. I'm like, dude, that is, I
Japan
don't
is
even
next
know.
level. They've been through bombings and returned back to such an amazing state.
Nice, sir. I do. Do you know of this person called Suchet by any chance?
Who? Sucheta?
The guitarist from this band called Haiku Like a
Ram Prasad.
Ram Prasad.
Yeah. I know.
Ram Prasad actually got to go to Japan and all, no? And he was just telling like
Oh,
how
okay.
this place works and stuff like that. Oh man, like the gigs he was talking about, bro. So apparently bands would come, okay? They would politely start by like say around for say 5 o'clock the thing would start, and by 8 o'clock everyone would just wrap up apparently, bro. So if one band is done, all the chaos will ensure whatever crazy stuff that happens in the show. And after that, they're all like packing up their own material and they're just going and they're helping the other band come in. He was just like the entire thing is so organized. Like he was like, dude, like he apparently lost it. He was like, dude, like how? There's a point he's like, I think I'm moving to Japan and stuff like that and whatnot, right? And he's just like, dude, and people are so respectful to like to one another, right? To the point like that even happens in India also. When someone's pushing down you on a mosh pit, they're like making sure that they're picking you up and stuff. That's not shit India too much also.
No, in general, that's what I've heard. The people in Japan are.
Man. He's like, so this chaos of music happens, and then after that they're like all sweet people, and they're like, hey, we should probably hang out, and they're like very this thing with their fans, and they're chilling with them and stuff. It's like, dude, it was a freaking mental experience.
In fact, our violinist Pranav was in Japan only. He had an internship with Sony.
Nice.
He had another one in the summer, I think with Yamaha, but then now with all the pandemic, I don't know if that's going to happen.
If I could know, what was this internship all about though? Like from Sony, that's.
No, this internship was as part of his course in Georgia Tech. In Atlanta, Georgia.
Right.
So he was doing music. What is that called? Shit, I forgot. Music something. Music technology.
Okay.
Music technology.
Technology. Okay.
So different things. Like one example would be acoustics. One would be that the bio-programmed music creation. There's a lot of things that you come across. Right. So that and this internship was part of that. So he was working on the technical side of music, not the sound engineering or something like that.
Oh, that's nice.
So, but then he came back to India just when it was starting to boom. So 14 days he had to quarantine himself at home, and then he kept getting calls from the police as to how his health was. He had to report to them every day.
Whoa,
like
Nice.
to them and all that. So
Hmm.
yeah, nice.
No, I think nice in the literal sense that the cops are at least things are
Yeah,
happening
yeah,
on
that's
duty and
there.
stuff
Of
like
course,
that.
of
That
course.
way. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's there.
Because
Yeah, but damn chill about it. Yeah, when he was there in Japan, we asked him, how's things going? What are you doing? I'm chilling, bro. People are
same
dying.
thing with
over
my
there.
friend, dude. Same thing
Please
in the
walk.
US. This dude is in the US now, okay? And so he's actually supposed to get married in the coming month, the coming May.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
obviously that's not happening. So he'd like bought a place for himself there, like he bought rented out a flat and stuff like that, so he could take his spouse there and things like that. And now obviously with all that this has happened, the lease agreement also fell down because it became a little too late. So he had to make sure that he actually moved into this place, and he's just by himself. And he's just like,
Oh man.
okay, I don't know what to do. I was just showing him place around to us and stuff. I was just like, holy shit, this is crazy. But
And
so
you
what?
feel so helpless. What do you do about? Uh,
Exactly, exactly, right. But so that's the thing. So there's another person I know. He lives in Minnesota, and he is just like people are walking, but they're making sure they're like socially distancing themselves and all that. This guy is just going for a jog and all. I'm like, cab, man, your summer
Sutta.
vacations are going on. Like, what is wrong with you, you fucking idiot? This guy's like, no, bro, people are chilling and stuff. I'm like, bro, what's the best? I'll tell you. Like, this might seem very draconian of me to say this, but I think people will only be aware of this thing once they see something happening next to them, like in their immediate neighbor, some dude comes out of a hazmat suit, like pulls them out and goes. We like dramatics. We people as a species, we fucking love dramatics. So when you
ಕೆಳಗೆ
pull
ಬಿಸಿ
them out,
ತಾಕ್ತು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಎಗರೋದು.
exactly, you know, even now, I mean, now it's become much better, but like the lockdown measures which the police took initially, though the police are on their toes, I have to put on big salute to them, like full respect to those guys for just doing their work full-fledgedly. But I mean, streets are filled with idiots, right? So you had these boys just going in five boys going in a fucking do, like I don't know why the fuck would you do that.
Oh, that shit is there everywhere, dude.
Okay, and
Like people resisting the whole lockdown.
yeah, and
Herd
actually,
immunity.
I even read this thing against people where they're like, where do you think I'll have my money? It was an employer saying, where do you think I'll have my money to pay the employer? I'm like, oh, fuck, are you for real right now? Like, do you even know what is happening? Like, this is this is this is this is this is way beyond, I think, what all of us
Yeah.
have seen. And this is that thing that deserves all the hype in the planet right now, which it is.
Yeah.
Like, every news article is literally that. Man, what is this thing?
Oh, and our wonderful people in the country. The Prime Minister asks you to light a candle, people march on the streets with whole.
Can we please talk about this? What kind of third grade idiots these
Wow.
people are? Yeah.
Oh man.
No,
He
it's like
asked
no, it's like
clap
I'll
and
tell you.
bang plates in respect.
Can I be
Sorry.
honest to you? So I completely agreed with that. The clap and bang played, I clapped. I just went and I clapped in my balcony. That, which I completely agree. I think
No,
the
even the
more
UK
you
is doing
respect,
that for
yeah, the
NHS.
more
Yeah.
you respect the medicos, the lesser it is, boss. I think this entire generation of just you getting up and saying thank you to them is going to be very less. It's going to be lesser than, I mean, man, hats off to them, salute, whatever form of
Yeah.
respect they deserve. I think they
Gratitude.
definitely, yeah, gratitude is completely with them. But man, when the second speech happened, I'm like, boss, this is content. Let's face it. Okay. This and for the record, I'm not somebody who's like wholeheartedly with Modi ki jai wala. I don't do that because my belief in it is completely different. I don't lay with either of the political spectrums because I don't find point in
Same here.
it.
Same. I go
I'm
with
just
the
like,
facts, whatever
yeah, I'm
feels
just
right.
like it's just two different sides of the coin, and I don't find any point in being on one side of the coin. So, and that speech happened. The more that happened, I'm like, dude, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, like you're just putting yourself into.
Oh,
This speech is gonna be a meme bank, and that's what it turned out to be, bro. Like,
oh, dude, you should have seen the WhatsApp forwards. Mangala 9 plus 5 plus
dude,
4 is 6,
same.
9
IT cell
9
full.
minutes.
IT cell full functioning.
What the fuck?
Okay,
How do you make up things to support it? Like,
that's an art, man. That's an art in itself. How you make a forward and how you send it. Bro, there was this one thing. Karunesh Talwar had a video. Okay, it's freaking hilarious. So what is it? Do you watch Peaky Blinders?
No, I should start watching it. I've heard of it.
Okay, so those of you who don't know, Peaky Blinders is the BBC show, which is partly there with Netflix
On
as well,
Netflix now.
which is there on Netflix as well. Okay, so somebody had sent something about one of these forwards where they said, so you can stamp NASA to anything just to make it sound authentic, because why the fuck not, right? And and these guys put, okay, former NASA scientist Thomas Shelby. Thomas Shelby is the main character from Peaky Blinders. Oh god! So that's played by Cillian Murphy, phenomenal actor, by the way. Okay, and they just lay out an entire forward, Baba. I'm just like, how? That's an art, dude. Like I totally want to put a fake forward. Like probably, this video goes up. I'm like, I have 1 zillion subscribers now. I want to make any number above zillion or something. If that gets circulated, good for me also.
And this catches up more across the elders.
Yeah,
you see that. My mom keeps getting these forwards, and then she tells me, "Do you know this?" I'm like, "No, WhatsApp na ignore mado."
Exactly.
Actual sources on Google.
Very true, very true. That's what I keep telling my mom and dad also. I'm like, the minute you find something which is a little ridiculous and out of the box, you Google search it. Just put one small letter or an alphabet out of it and try Google searching it, and you might just end up finding something completely non-related.
Legit. What is this?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, okay. Listen, is there something you probably want to just plug in? Something about yours you can do. We're more than willing to. You can use this place. Let's talk about that.
Oh yeah, no, nothing much. So that's what band's name is Project Mishram, MISHRAM. So music, and I am the Konnakol beatboxer on Instagram.
Yes.
Marketing.
Yeah. Please plug in. Yeah, plug in the fuck out. Yeah.
So the Konnakol beatboxer on Instagram, and yeah, huge thanks for Vignesh for doing something like this. So I just got a call like today. I got a message saying you want to do something like this.
Thanks to him, Baba. He was. There are other people who are like, I'm busy. What are you doing? You're God only. You're probably watching that Urn Hub premium account for free. So it's really sweet that he actually took his time off and did this. So yeah.
This was fun, dude. It was a two-way thing. It was fun for me, and not spoken this long, continuously, and just free speaking. Because
so sorry, did I just like
interaction that's happening in during this time? This time, there's very less interaction that's happening apart from family. So very nice break, and it was fun to be part of.
Hey man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you to just say this because it feels so nice to me, because this was just an overnight decision. Okay, so it's been like so of course music is something that I'm always going to do no matter what and stuff like that, because that's what I'm like, that or nothing, that sort of thing. But this is something I've been wanting to do for the longest of time, and for it to just see it that light, it fucking feels amazing, dude. Like to just see, because when I'm like kind of talking to people, they're like, dude, what we should do, like what are we talking about? Like, dude, like don't you like talk to people on the phones for like hour together, like just have a freewheeling conversation for the love of God. Yeah. And then they're like, because there's one person I took, I mean, I don't blame him, because he is somebody who's very controlled about his image, because that's the kind of profession that he's in and whatnot. And just tell me some pointers, something, because he's somebody who's little this thing of just getting it a little bit in advance,
conscious about
what he's putting across, and he just wants to know what's going to happen. That's not going to happen. Okay, I'm like, sorry, Agala, I only don't know what I'm doing. What are you going to know? What am I going to tell you? What are you doing in life? Okay, so I was just like, boss, so just take the groove and go along. And we spoke for quite a long, and at a point I had to actually cut because I had another work to sort of do, which was really unfortunate. Because I was like, dude, if this comes up and I put this up, I'm definitely putting it up, because I've kind of edited it up and stuff like that. I'll use my Jatakam and a little bit Mangala this thing and all to see if a Nalla Nala Super to put the video. I'm just kidding. I'll upload it on
Raghu Kalam.
I'll just upload it on one of the weekends. So yeah, man. So I've done that a little bit, and I learned how to edit. So that was pretty cool.
Which software are you using?
So I use this thing called Shortcut. It's
Oh.
SHOTCUT. It's an open source software. It's available for free. Yeah, man, once I probably start putting these things up online, I'll probably even take a video on how to just, what am I basically just using for this? Because the longest time I've had this, everyone has a myth that to just do a podcast or just an interactive session like this, you need to have some next level equipment, otherwise it will sound sucky and all. But I don't know, man. I like what is happening here. And, people enjoy. I'm sure people will enjoy it too. Because so there's that. Okay, I think I should let you go because I'm so sorry. I've been holding you.
No. It's been fun talking after a long time.
A I
So,
E O O A I O aha Kaka Gajanya Chacha Jajanya. That also I'll tell today. Life is shabby without you, baby. When you smile, dear Sandhya, untala gubba gubba, untalu tala tala. Bro, you want something to tell?
what?
You want to tell something? Do you want to
What
pass a
did you
serious?
just?
Yeah. Do you want to pass a serious message like what I just did right now?
I'm thinking. I don't. Ata, pata, shale.
Nice. I like that. See, so
I
on
don't
that
know.
note, don't step out of the fucking house. Shut up and stay. You want to do TikTok videos, you do all your hair gelling inside and you do. Ask your mom to give you some aloe vera recipe. She'll make you a nice hair gel and give you. Okay?
Yeah, please don't step out of the. Please, Illa, it's the please time is over. It's
Yeah,
no
I
time.
mean,
Restrict you. Just stay the fuck inside your house.
yeah,
Don't be stupid.
yeah, I know. On that note, Varnan in true Sun TV.
Peace.
Yeah, peace. Hey, no, that is not that TV. Okay, there is this TV that rhymes with Moon TV. I didn't tell that. You didn't hear that from me. Okay. Tata.
Vanakkam.
Bye.
என்னடா மச்சான் ஊரெல்லாம் சுத்து வந்துருக்கேன், வேற வேலை கிடைக்கல உனக்கு? என்னடா மச்சான் ஊரெல்லாம் சுத்து வந்துருக்கேன், வேற வேலை கிடைக்கல உனக்கு? என்னடா மச்சான் ஊரெல்லாம் சுத்து வந்துருக்கேன், வேற வேலை கிடைக்கல உனக்கு?
என்னடா மச்சான் ஊரெல்லாம் சுத்து வந்துருக்கேன், வேற வேலை கிடைக்கல உனக்கு?